Today, I'm so excited. Usually, you got Too Cool, you've got the Honky Tonk Man, you've got Fandango. Today, I am joined by BC's own Dance Daddy Denero. Thanks so much for joining me today, Dance Daddy.
No problem. Ooh, daddy.
Looking forward to get into this and kind of learning about your path here. You've been involved in wrestling for almost 20 years, and now you're the owner operator of Tap Wrestling Federation. What's been the most satisfying moment of this fresh wrestling brand?
Honestly, it's just being a fresh brand, but still packing the house. Where we run out of in Port Moody, it's my business's location. It's called Site B. We run events regularly, and thought it would be smart to do our own shows here with my history in the wrestling business. But I mean, like it's always just been a dream to do this, and with having our own venue, it was an easy transition into thinking about doing that. My like not myself. I have people on the team that have been helping me since we decided to do this. But yeah, just the house. Like yeah, there's something magical about the crowd that comes out for these shows. It's not the typical wrestling crowd that I've seen the same people for, like you said, close to 20 years. It's a lot of new faces, a lot of families. We're not shying away from gimmick wrestling, fun old school style wrestling characters. The fans are just as much a part of the show as the wrestlers are, and that's what I'm most proud of is the fan interaction.
Very cool. And obviously it kind of helps that your business is the place that you run the shows, but what makes Port Moody such a hotbed for, the host of this new company?
Port Moody is very people are like to stay close to home that live here. It's kind of like Vancouver in a way where people that live in Vancouver don't really leave Vancouver because they don't have to. Everything happens down there. Port Moody's kind of the same vibes. Where we're located, it's Brewers Row. So it's like a famous area with multiple breweries where people from all over the lower mainland come around and like have always it's always been a popular area. And same with like it's right next to Rocky Point Park. If you've ever been there, always busy. It doesn't matter what time of year. So it's just yeah. Port Moody is it's where I live now too. It's where my businesses are. It is absolutely amazing. Running shows out of here, and people crave it. I walk around the city since we've been having the shows, and even when we had CAW shows out of here in 2024, just people seeing me on the street and being like, "When's the next one? When's the next one?" Like they're craving it, and it's something that really never was here before. Like if I did my research, I think it was like 1970s or so was the first or the last pro wrestling show until we had a CAW show here in 2024.
How does it feel to be kind of a staple within the community now, especially in somewhere like Port Moody that really, I mean, like people go there for specific events now and breweries grow specifically too.
I mean, it means everything to me. I just can't believe what it's become so quickly. It's amazing being part of this like community. It's a very tight knit community. My other businesses too, where we're located here, like Site B, we have a co-working space called the Fountainhead Network. My wife and I founded about like 5 6 years back, and our whole model is community. So like it's not just like that's a very popular word. People say it all the time, but no, it's actually like a community of people that care for one another and also support one another and help each other out. And Port Moody's really, really tight knit. It's a small, if you've ever been out here, it's a city, but it's a very small couple strips of land essentially because of the ocean, the inlet coming in here. So it's really only three major streets, I'd say, in the entire city. So a lot of apartments too, a lot of young families that are looking for something to do, and when they can just walk down to the venue right near Rocky Point. Like I said, it's made this venue in general just a very we call ourselves like a unofficial community space because a community space is usually run by the city. We're basically a community center that's not run by the city.
Building that sense of belonging that's probably really cool to be part of, whether it's your companies or a TWF. Uh,
Yeah, a hundred
right
percent.
right now we've got you in your civilian clothes, but usually you're out there as Dance Daddy De Niro. no shame, bright colors, dancing around like nobody's watching. How's it feel to kind of play a fun character like that?
Uh, People that know me know how I have my TWF shirt on. It's a little dark than my usual garb, but I'm a I turn it on at wrestling. I am a very laid back dude and kind of to myself. Unless I know you, I can be pretty extroverted if I know you well. But if I don't know you very well, I'm usually pretty reserved and to myself. But for some reason, I have no issue making a fool of myself in flamboyant, bright neon colors and just dancing like an idiot. I I've been doing. You said I've been doing this a long time. I've had multiple gimmicks. Um, I've gotten older. I put on weight. I used to be a high flying wrestler for years, and I was like, I can still do this stuff. I can still do crazy moves like I used to, but why don't I try something new? I want to I had me and my wife had a kid a few years back when I took a step away from wrestling, and I'm like, now I want to wrestle in front of this guy. I want to show my kid that I wrestled and not just have him go look at some YouTube footage from years back. I'm like, I want to do it at least a few times in front of him. Came up with this character, and honestly, it was the best thing that could have happened to me and for my wrestling career. I started thinking more about character work and just having a good time. And all of a sudden, opportunities came knocking a lot more than it did, even when I would say, like, trying almost killing myself in the ring, like doing crazy stuff one after the other. And now it's more just having fun with the crowd, playing with the crowd, like soaking in the moments, taking your time, and just realizing that you're there to make them have a good time. And this character, it just instantly, as soon as I get out there, I find it's hard for people to boo a character like that. Might change down the line, who knows? But for now, I've been running on it since 2021, and it hasn't calmed down a bit. So yeah, it's crazy. I'm very usually I'm in the flamboyant colors all throughout the show, and then once I'm the like out of my gear, I'm wearing usually black. I wear a lot of black all the time, so it's kind of like I wouldn't call it a Jekyll and Hyde, but it's definitely like I put on that character. It's fun to kind of play something that I'm not usually every day.
You talked about how you had to make that, I guess, change in your style. You probably had a bunch of different inspirations from early on before you started wrestling. If you could name some from when you first started wrestling, and then some inspirations that you kind of dragged from today as well.
I mean, I was a huge just a cruiserweight fan. I was a WCW fan, so the cruiserweight division, whether it was Ultimo, Ray, when pretty much anybody in that Hoovy, Psychosis, like I was huge into that as a kid. I started wrestling in a ring extremely young, and I started training in essentially ECCW's ring way before, a few years before I broke into ECCW, because we rented the ring from them. And my style back then, I was watching a lot of TNA in like 2000. I would say like when they first opened, when it was still weekly pay-per-views. And I was just amazed by the high flying style of wrestling. So I that myself for years, my finisher was a shooting star press. I still can do it. It just kills me. I'm getting older. It hurts. But that was my style. The older I got, I did love I mean, the first wrestler I loved was I would say Macho Man, Shawn Michaels. Those two were huge. But then like it was Stone Cold Steve Austin that made me be like, I'm doing this. Like this is what I want to do when I get older for sure. Um, and that style, that brawl style, really got me into it as a kid. And when I got into my teenage years, it was that high flying style. The older I get, the more I'm liking the character work wrestling. Like Macho Man Randy Savage is probably my biggest inspiration now. I would say, just because the guy was his character work was amazing. You knew it was like there's nobody in the world that really is like this. He was like that was him. He was that man, and he was just yeah. I playing with the crowd's emotions, whether babyface or heel, just so good at it that has become more of what I'm about. I've realized the older I get, like I've seen everything. I wouldn't say everything. You could still see new stuff, but I've seen almost everything happen in a wrestling match that really can happen. I love the entrances. I love the showmanship around wrestling. I love just the pops that people get or the boos that people get at the very beginning and at the very end. Like those moments are now what I live for more, is that seeing that crowd response to something than it is to actually what's happening in the ring. And what I've noticed over time is it is those guys that those people that just slow down and take their time and listen to the crowd. And it's a totally different style than when I broke in and wanted to do was just go, 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 flip, go, go, go. And I still appreciate it. I think it's most outstanding stuff to see in acrobatics that you'll never expect to see anywhere like in your life. I still see to this day, but it's that the people that really like the longevity in this business and really understand it are those people that take their time and just know how to work a crowd.
You've been at this a long time. We've mentioned that a couple of times now. You mentioned kind of like moments are the big thing. You're probably preserving your body quite a bit by changing up that style as well.
Yeah.
This lengthy time in the business, what keeps that passion alive still for you?
Honestly, it's my kid's response, him seeing it and was just thinking it's the coolest thing. Really it's my love that I had for it since I was a kid that keeps me childish. It keeps me kind of uh I wear many hats in a day. And very busy. There's a few businesses that I'm running that it's just it takes a lot of my time. So being able to almost go into a fantasy land for a little bit, um, it it means the world to me. Like it really does. Pro wrestling has just always been, I feel like always been a part of my life. Like I never, I've been doing it for so long that's been I've been in the ring for more than half my life. Right. So it's like that itself is crazy to me that there was only a short, like what, 13, 14 years of my life that I didn't actually get into a ring and try to do what I saw on TV. So I don't, it just feels like it's a part of me and I can't let it go. And I think now that I'm getting older with TWF, if I keep breaking down the way I have, I mean, I hurt my knee in 2024. I was out for almost a year. Just that didn't happen when I was younger. It's because of wear and tear. So now that I have the promotion and I can be a promoter, the character has been built as a character. I can kind of gradually move into more of like just whether it's commentator, a general manager, or just a booker. I'm happy. Like I'm just happy being involved in this business. And I really think because of the other businesses that I run, I'm looking at it as more of a business, but I'm also looking at it as a place for guys that and girls that I've been doing this a long time too, and might have been floating in the middle of the card for their whole careers that really have deserved a chance because you're a wrestling fan that's local. There is a ton of promotions now. Like it's so many promotions, but a lot of these promotions have the same guys on top in their promotions. And it's really hard to separate the rosters or just like your product from something if every company is booking the same guys, same angles, same spots. It's like there's a lot of talent in this province, a ton, with guys that and girls that just need that extra, like, just generosity from bookers. They need that chance, and they get that chance. That's what I'm trying to do here with TWF is give people spots that it might be a little new to them, or just like try people out, have and make the product fun and have the locker room be the best. I want it to be the best locker room that there can be when it comes to just people getting along. If there's anybody toxic, get the hell out. That's how I want it to be. Just because there is so many places to work now. If you don't like somewhere, go work somewhere else.
So many opportunities. And I always say we're spoiled, whether you're a fan, a wrestler, or anything. We are spoiled in BC with how much is around us.
Yeah,
Um,
and it never used to be that way, man. When I broke in, it was two places you could work, and if you worked for one, they didn't want you working for the other. There was heat. So for there to be like, I feel like 15 promotions running at least semi regularly in the Lower Mainland now. um some people might think, oh, it's oversaturated. No, it's good. It's good. It's healthy for um the wrestlers to get that amount of like more work, like a lot, like getting more work than just that one show a month. I mean, I'm okay with one show a month the older I get now, but like the guys that are young and driven and want to go to make it to the next step, potentially wanting to do 4, 5, 6 shows a month, they can, like it can happen. So yeah, it's just a crazy time for the local scene.
I think a perfect example that, speaks to your point is that your inaugural champion is Sharif Mora, who is a perennial tag team wrestler. Him and Jackie put on bangers every single night, but showcase that guy, and I think that's fantastic that, he walks out of that rumble with your belt for the
Yeah, I literally look at my roster of people, and I had Sharif as my champ since before our first show. And that is because Sharif as a person, I think he's unbelievable talent, but also unbelievable with everybody backstage. No drama, no nonsense. Can wrestle his ass off, but also is a pleasure to be around. So guys like him, exactly perfect example of like you said it. He deserves that spot. I think he's deserved that spot since I met the guy. The first time I went to train again after taking some years off, it was a class in like just like I think COVID was still kind of going near the end, and finally people were rolling around doing stuff. And I went and trained, and it was like with Scotty Mack and Sharif and like some students, and instantly Sharif was like a pleasure. Like I couldn't like this. If I'm gonna roll around out of shape with anybody, this guy is definitely the guy I want to just get this rust off with, and I just respect the hell out of him. So yeah, perfect example, like you said, that guy. He's wrestles for everyone, but I've seen it for years. I'm like, this guy should, not saying like break him and Jackie up, because Jackie's great too, but just let him shine. He and also just let him try things out. That's what I want people to do here too. It's like if over time, if you want to play some new things with your character, try some new things with your character. If you want to even be a different character here, I'll allow guys to do it, and girls to do it. It's just if you want to do that, this is the place to do it, really.
Absolutely. And like having those opportunities where you can have Sharif have his own shine, and Jackie have his own shine somewhere else without having to break up that tag team. Just
Yeah,
one of many examples that we could probably bring up. You've been incredibly
yeah,
generous with your time. I just have a couple more questions for you. You talked about doing a lot of this for your son and seeing his involvement and enjoyment. I guess there was a match where you and Jordy Taylor were wrestling. He had you in a headlock, brought you into the crowd, and your wife actually got to slap the snot out of him. How cool was that to get
yeah.
your wife and your family involved?
Awesome. I mean, like that's always fun. It was really hard to get my wife to agree to it. I think after she did it, she enjoyed it, and the response, because not only like is she a part of the show, she got to do it in front of a bunch of people she knows, friends, family, but also like coworkers with like our businesses here. So she kind of got the pop, like a bigger pop because of that too. Like knowing people, it's always when they're surprised to see her as part of it. My kid there's been a couple times I've brought him in the ring and celebrated. I mean, I couldn't. Um, the one that happened here though, bringing him in the ring after that match with Jordy, where I won the Vancouver Heavyweight Championship with CAW. That is to this moment the greatest moment of my career by far. And that was being able to bring him in the ring and just I didn't let him know. I mean, he's 7 years old. I think he was 6 then. Um, he is in a kind of a weird limbo of like, is it fake? Is it real? Like he doesn't. I can't really tell him it's real, because then he's going to be very scared when every time I go out there. But I can't. I don't want him to not believe, if that makes any sense. So he didn't know if I was winning. He didn't know anything. He reacted almost like it was real, and he had no idea. And that's exactly what I wanted. So when I brought him in there, it was he couldn't stop talking about it for a very long time. So yeah, by far that's my reason for doing this still. Because I am like, I mean, I beat myself up, man. I From backyarding to early pro days, I beat myself up bad. So if I'm gonna feel like garbage for a couple weeks after performing, at least I got to look cool in front of him.
Yeah, totally. Do you see a possible
Yeah.
future for him in wrestling yet, or too early to tell?
It's way too early to tell. He actually doesn't watch it much on TV. He's not like I've taken him to WWE shows. He goes to indie shows. And he hasn't showed interest that way. I mean, if he gets in the ring and wants to roll around and have a play fight, he digs it. But if he wants to do it, I mean, I would have killed for the opportunities that he would have if like my dad ran a wrestling promotion and all this stuff, which wasn't the case. But I'm not going to push it on him if he wants to do it. I mean, my wife might hate it because it's hard on the body and nobody wants to see your kid get hurt, but I'm not going to not let him. He definitely, I would welcome it with open arms. And I mean, there's always that like hope that maybe like 10 years from now, like if he wants to do it, I can lace him up if I'm not doing it anymore and just do the tag team father son match. I mean, it's always cool to see second, third generation people on the indies. You don't like that's passion. It's easy enough when you see it on the big times. Like if somebody their dad was a WWE wrestler, it's a little bit easier to get up that totem pole, right? But if you see the grind that indie wrestlers have and you still want to do it as the kid of an indie wrestler, they have to love it.
They see the roller coaster effects that it has on you for sure. Uh,
Yeah. 100%.
two more questions for you. Any long term or short term goals left in wrestling for you?
Long term is just keep building this up. As our other businesses expand, I want TWF to expand. If we get more locations for event spaces, TWF will expand for that. I'm happy though. Like I mean, we've pretty much put as many people as we can in the building here for the first two shows. Um, I just want to continue down that path. Build it up. For myself as a wrestler, like that one singles title was like really, I would say that all I need, but it was definitely something that was a long time coming. I'd never held gold until for the whole time. I held I was like a we held gold. Me and Jordy Taylor when we were a tag team back in the day in ECW, they updated the titles and we were part of a stable with our stable mates were actual tag champs. So we took the old championship belts and just rocked them. But that's the only time I had a championship. So obviously, as a competitor, I'll want more, but I'm happy. I'm content. Like I'm more in it to entertain a crowd now than I am about the massive singles push or whatever. And I also don't want to be that booker that's putting all the shine on me. There's enough guys like that deserve the chance to be in that spot that I'd rather just be an entertainer for the crowd that they're going to want to see that match, but I don't have to go spend 20, 30 minutes in the main event to be happy anymore. Like that I had that with CAW for a solid like year where I was wrestling a lot of singles matches, main events. And I loved it and it was amazing. But I'm happy with that run. And if that's the peak of the singles run for me, that's fine. And I'll give you a bit of a spoiler right now. I am forming a tag team. We're going to be dropping some like videos in the future, but Michael May and myself will be forming a tag team in TWF. So we'll keep you posted. We have a name, everything, but we'll announce that when we announce that. But those two characters together, we think make perfect sense.
Man, the Dance Daddy and the Neon Phenom. How could you steer away from that?
I mean, we kind of have talked about it for a few years as like just what just makes sense. Like it's surprising that it hasn't happened already. Um, Basically the two lives of the party
Yeah.
that are totally that can be different from one another. He's the drinker and I'm the dancer. So it's they go hand in hand. We think it'll be fun. So keep an eye out for that. We'll be wrestling as a team in the near future. Most likely at our April 4th show here. I think is where we're gonna debut as a team. So keep an eye out for that. I'm happy to release the information early here.
Very exciting. Thank you very much for sharing that, and we'll stay tuned for what those videos look like and what the tag team looks like in the ring.
Yeah,
You
thanks.
mentioned it briefly there, but if you have any shows or matches that you want to promote, feel free to take the floor.
Yeah, April 4th, we have Tapped Out. It's happening here, 7 p.m. at Site B in Port Moody. We're 3012 Murray Street in Port Moody, right on Brewers Row. It's awesome. Shows usually go about a couple hours, maybe 2.5 hours. The beauty thing about it, if you are an adult and you want to go out and keep the party going, there is like 6 breweries just within a 5 minute walking distance, even less. There's a couple across the street. I'm going to say go to Twin Sales or Brave because I'm a partner in those two breweries. But if you want to come and have a good night out with a lot of cool people, the crowds usually once they leave here, they're ready to go. Still, they're having a great time. So yeah, you want a different vibe than the usual wrestling show and try out something new and be part of a really intoxicating atmosphere. Come check it out. Yeah, and if you have any questions, you can email us at twf at siteb.life. You can find us on socials it's at Tapped Wrestling on pretty much every socials uh, account you can imagine. Um, and yeah, for myself, it's at Red Denero or at Dance Daddy Denero. I have two accounts. One has it's a mix of wrestling and everything else, and then Dance Daddy's 100% wrestling. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I would say. But yeah, come to Tapped Out. Um, while we still have the tickets, it definitely they move pretty quick once we get closer to show day.